If you don't drop a like, this is what you'll see the next time you log into Fortnite in your locker, but if you do drop a like, your locker will be safe this time. I know what I'd rather have, leave a like right now. With the arrival of Season 4, even teased in the trailer itself, we've seen a ton of map changes rapidly implemented into the game without even the additional update 14.10 of Chapter 2 Season 4. Not only have we seen the activation of the Stark beacons, but now what seems to be a formed giant green sphere in this particular vicinity, the top right of the map. We've not only been shown by Epic Games in the trailer itself new mythic abilities that currently aren't in the game and displayed or told to us on the website itself that more are upcoming, but we're already starting to see these POIs based around certain superheroes added into the game. In today's video, believe it or not, we actually have a ton of these leaked outfits not only rotating throughout the item shop in the upcoming near future early, but their mythic abilities and what they'll be able to do upon being added as mythic bosses into these perhaps even small areas. Do yourself a favour, make sure you're sticking around for the full video today, you guys won't want to miss anything, I promise. And before we go any further, make sure to slap code FriendlyMachine in the Fortnite item shop if you happen to buy any of these upon them rotating throughout it, or want to get the battle pass or gift anything to anybody else, as I'm an official Epic partner and try and reinvest everything I earn back from this to give 5 subscribers or meet this 5 daily gift limit with every 24-hour period that passes. So if you want to end up like one of these lucky people on screen, even perhaps in the next video, then make sure you subscribe into the channel and comment your Epic Games ID down below so perhaps, as just mentioned, I can get around to then gifting you maybe in the next video. Also, if you subscribe right now, you potentially could be our 1.9 million subscriber, as 70% of all eyes on screen watching aren't subscribed, and we're incredibly close to this fast approaching milestone. Okay, so to start things off, obviously we have a lot of exciting things to talk about, considering, well, this season is exciting in itself in terms of the mythic abilities of bosses perhaps upcoming that we're able to use, but sadly as of now, in terms of the bosses physically in game, we only have Dr. Doom, again, residing at once was Pleasant Park, now revamped into Doom's Domain. With Dr. Doom being physically in game, upon eliminating him anyways, we can pick up 2 mythic abilities, being the Arcane Gauntlet and this weird energy or mythical ball that we can form and throw at enemy players. With the 2 other mythic abilities not being attached or with their bosses in game that we can eliminate to actually obtain the power of them, reside in these Stark crates around these Quinjet locations, obviously, that randomise every game in terms of their destination they land at. The Groot Bramble Shield is exactly that, a shield made out of, well, twigs entwined together to actually protect us and heal us simultaneously alongside destroying surrounding builds, objects or structures. And the other one obtained from the Stark crate is the Silver Surfer's Board, now that we can actually get as a glider in the item shop but doesn't provide the same ability of shooting us up in the air and acting as a glider redeploy every time we use it. With these abilities already being in the game despite the bosses holding them or wielding the power, you would have thought Epic Games would have been in a rush to finalise, well, the locations of which these are going to reside at, but we couldn't have been more wrong, and things perhaps have taken a more interesting twist, as over the past few days we've seen some map updates of which particularly pertain to some of the upcoming Marvel integrated superheroes and their abilities attached to them. Firstly, at Ant Manor, obviously indicating that Ant-Man is either an upcoming Marvel Universe-based skin throughout the item shop, a boss in this particular small location, and initially we thought this was a one-off until data miners then found in the files a monument to Black Panther called Panther's Prowl. This currently today got added and resides in-game on the outskirts of Misty Meadows in the side of a mountain, and I think Epic Games have put this in the game to pay their respects, with it being a monument-like form, with Chadwick Boseman sadly passing away as of recently, and of course rest in peace his soul. Despite these areas being small or weird places to have mythic bosses actually surrounded by henchmen perhaps on them anyways if they can fit on these platforms, many people had theories as to how they were pulled through into the Fortnite world, in terms of usually referring to rift portals pulling these small locations through, but somebody over on Twitter made an interesting correlation to Doctor Strange, perhaps making these POIs or points of interest appear in our Fortnite island, perhaps foreseeing the future of what's to come in terms of Galactus devouring the Fortnite world, and is doing everything to stop it just like he did for Avengers Endgame with the battle against Thanos. Now I understand a lot of you may be thinking, well, they could simply add all the abilities into these Stark-like crates or other loot box-like structures in-game when updates roll around, well, if you fail to remember, the Chapter 2 Season 4 trailer in itself, or the Battle Pass one showing off the character's gameplay form of the skins, showed abilities that aren't currently in the game, as well as what seems to be an Iron Man taking over Authority midsection island of our map. And not only that, but his strangely cool looking mythic ability, and even hidden in the trailer that data miners have found, his modified version of Whiplash, which is actually going to be the upcoming fastest car in the game, so I dread to think in terms of how much fuel that uses. In just a second I'm going to read out all the mythic abilities attached to what characters we currently know of upcoming as of now anyways before the first update of Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 4. We actually have one major development in terms of what this mythic ability will look like in our inventory, and this is pertaining to Black Panther. Sheena BR tweeted out the following: along with the abilities for other superheroes, there were also abilities for Black Panther added to the game yesterday. This 99% confirms Black Panther will also come to the game. The abilities are called Kinetic Absorption and Whirlwind Blast. Here are what these mythic abilities will look like when they're in our inventory anyways as icons, and even though as of now data miners haven't found what the other mythic abilities look like for the other Marvel based characters that also are indicated to be upcoming skins based off their abilities being introduced, we have pretty much all the stats or details leaked as previously mentioned that I'm going to be showing on screen right now for all of them. Now I will be breaking down these individually and not putting this image on screen for the rest of the video, just so that you guys aren't simply staring at a black screen with writing on. This leaked information came from Hypex, who's nicely color coded it however, and now let's move on, speaking of Black Panther, to discussing what his ability will be like in game. The ability will block 50% damage for X amount of time. The more damage it blocks, the more it charges. After it charges you can blast to damage anything nearby. Speed buff, X 1.3, cooldown 10 seconds. Next up we have Hulk, or She-Hulk I believe he meant to refer to here considering this list was kinda long on his image. We have two abilities, Jump Smash, land player damage 40, cooldown 0.5, building damage 5k, max charge time 1, min charge for super jump 0.16, smash cooldown 0.05 and gravity duration 1.2. Then we have the melee or close combat fist mythic ability of Hulk or She-Hulk, has low health regen, combo damage 60, third strike damage 120, builds damage 500 and speed buff times 1.2. Next up we have Wolverine with the Berserker Dash, deals 50 damage, build damage 2000 and cooldown time is only 5 seconds in comparison to something like the Silver Surfer board, which literally takes like 30 seconds to be able to be used after its initial usage. The next ability, called Spin Splash, that we've also seen in the trailer, has health regen, final hit damage is 100, builds damage is 50 to 250, players damage is 25 to 65, double hit damage is 35, cooldown is 0.05 seconds, jump duration 0.85 seconds, jump height plus 32, and block health 2000. Next we have Storm with her Tornado Jump, which actually deals 5000 damage to built structures. The cooldown time is only 15 seconds, the jump height of this ability is 2560, and the tornado lifespan itself upon being swirled round or implemented by this ability usage is 10 seconds. Moving on to Thor, we have the Sky Strike, cooldown 9 seconds, distance 1000, damage 80, builds damage 5000, max range 4000, and damage and build break radius 378. Now the final ability that we know of, or the stats for anyways, as previously mentioned we've seen this in the trailer for Iron Man, that many people disregarded in terms of a mythic ability for one of our Marvel integrated superheroes, is his Repulsor Cannon. Cooldown time 12 seconds, range 20,000, damage 150, buildings damage 200, boost cooldown 15 seconds, and boost strength 131,300. Out of all these mythic abilities, which is your favourite or perhaps sounds the coolest? Let me know in the comment section down below, and that's all I've got for you guys in today's video. So if you enjoyed or want to keep referring back to any of the abilities or the information surrounding them, slap a like in the video, make sure you subscribe into the channel so you don't miss any future uploads, and whilst you've done that, turn on all notifications so that you can be updated as soon as those videos are published. Hopefully I can also recognise you guys early on from posting videos in the comment section from remaining active, and I'm out. So have an amazing rest of your day or night wherever you are whenever you're watching, have a good one, take it easy, and as always, peace.